The missile attack on the Crimean city of Feodosia caused outrage not only among the Russian expert community, but also among high-ranking Russian politicians. In Moscow, they are seriously calling on the commander-in-chief to order the destruction of decision-making centers located outside Ukraine. According to Russian military experts, this missile attack was carried out exclusively with the participation of high-ranking NATO officers. Moreover, this incident proved that NATO countries have crossed the red line and are supplying Ukraine with long-range missiles that are capable of hitting a target at a distance of 400-500 kilometers. Let me remind you that on the night of Tuesday, December 26, the seaport of Feodosia was subjected to a missile attack, as a result of which the landing ship Novocherkassk was seriously damaged. Later, a fire was started on the ship, which caused the detonation of valuable cargo. It is reported that these were Geranium kamikaze drones. The detonation of these drones on board led to Novocherkassk sinking right in the port. According to the head of the Republic of Crimea, Sergei Aksanov, this terrorist act caused the death of one person. At the same time, he noted that due to the blast wave, windows were broken in many houses, as a result of which 5 people were seriously injured. Even though the commander of the Ukrainian Air Forces, Nikolai Olshchuk, took full responsibility for this attack, Russian experts continue to assert that Ukrainian pilots and combat aircraft of the Ukrainian Air Force were only tools in the hands of NATO officers, who led this operation. So, it became known that 2 Ukrainian tactical frontline Su-24 bombers launched 2 Franco-British low-observable long-range cruise missiles, Scalp-EG, in the area of the settlement of Zovtan, 130 kilometers northeast of the city of Nikolaev. Immediately after the launch of the missiles, the Ukrainian frontline bombers tried to escape and hide behind the air defense systems of the Kirovograd region. However, they failed to do so. Both Ukrainian frontline bombers were intercepted and destroyed by a Russian fighter jet Su-35S. Russian military experts noted that the launch of cruise missiles toward Crimea was made from a distance of 480 kilometers. Moreover, the missiles flew at an extremely low altitude using the mountainous landscape as protection from air defense systems. At the same time, it is worth noting that the city of Feodosia is located on a lowland, and it was this fact that allowed the NATO missiles to bypass the air defense systems and hit the landing ship Novocherkassk. In such a situation, the only thing that could save the landing ship Novocherkassk was the air defense system Panzer-M. However, unfortunately, these air defense systems are only available on new and modernized ships of the Russian Navy. Returning to NATO missiles, it is worth noting that this fact once again proved that the North Atlantic Alliance violated its promise not to give Ukraine long-range missiles. Moreover, Russian experts expressed confidence that high-ranking French NATO officers were in charge of this operation. As a result, Russia's response to this attack was not long in coming. On December 26, just a couple of hours after the attack on Feodosia, the Russian aerospace forces carried out one of the largest air and missile attacks on 6 regions of Ukraine at once. As a result of this attack, dozens of NATO military facilities were completely destroyed, including the runways at the Mirgorod and Starokonstantinov air bases. Moreover, Russian missiles also destroyed dozens of highways that the Ukrainians used as a runway for their aircraft. It also became known about the destruction of 2 military trains with NATO standard shells for German Leopard tanks in the Kherson region. So, summing up the current events, it becomes clear that until Russia establishes control over the remaining coastal part of Ukraine, including the Odessa region, attacks on Crimea will continue with regular frequency.